What's going on, everyone? So I'm gonna look at another dividend paying stock to think about adding to my portfolio, and what's that stock gonna be. But before I get into that, I'm gonna tell you what's my requirement for my stocks for my dividend portfolio. Now, why am I doing my dividend portfolio? It's so I can have passive income and for the future, and it's going to take a while to build, so it's not like it's going to happen overnight. So my requirements for my dividend paying stock: one, it has to pay a dividend, of course is a dividend portfolio. Number two, it has to be financially stable and be able to pay for itself. It can't be in a negative, it can't have any issues with it, and it has to be making a profit. And number three, it has to be a good growth stock. Something between 10 to 15% would be ideal. But I'm right now, if I'm looking for a great growth stock, I'm looking for something between 15 to 20%. And is it possible to find it? Yes and no. Now, what stock am I looking at?
Ability to figure out how little we can make off of a product instead of how much we can make a product.
With over 250 billion in annual sales, nearly 900 warehouses across the globe, and an
It lost some valuation. I don't know why it lost valuation, but it dropped by 15.67%. And it could be a lot of different things. A lot of things going in the politician, and it's kind of hurting the stock market overall. So it might be a good time for me to pick up some Cosco stock on a discount. So let's look at the 3 months. So 3 months, it dropped by 8.64%. 1 year, it dropped by 15, or 1 month, it dropped by 15.67%. So it might be a good time for me to buy this stock because it looks like it kind of stopped dropping. So let's look at the year to date. Year to date, it dropped by negative 1.35%, and 1 year, it's up 24.57%. So, and then 3 years, it's up 61%, and then 5 years is up 199%. So I'm gonna look at the 3 year. And if I look at this, it's about 20% each year. I'm just going to divide it by 3. It's just easier for me to think that way. But if I look at the year to date, it went up 24%. So this looks like it's a good possible stock to have based off of the chart. Now, you can't base everything off the chart, and this is where the risk is going to come in. But let's look what is the dividend payout. Well, the dividend payout is 0.51%. It's not the best paying dividend stock, but it does pay dividends, so it meets my first criteria. So 0.51% is still paying me to have that stock, and it's $4.64 payout. Now let's look at the finance. I haven't looked at any of these stocks. So it has a growth from 2017 to 2024. It looks like it has a growth every single year. So that's good. And it grew another like $12 billion. So this is billion, not millions. So cost of good went up, gross profit went up. So everything looks like it went up. Now the gross profit margin is 12.61%. It's not as good as I want it to be, but it is financially stable. Looking at this, they stay at the same percent, and they have a 2.9% net profit. So when we're talking about billions, it's a lot of money. So at the end of the day, they have 2.9% and they're in the profit. So I can say they're financially stable by looking at their records year over year. So it meets my second criteria, financially stable. It meets my first criteria, where it looks like it possibly have a good growth for the next few years. And third, it does pay a dividend. So it meets all three of my criterias. Now it's based off of how I feel now, but since it meets my criteria, we can look at it a little bit more. That's what Cosco is. But the other issue I see is there's a lot of people selling. So let's see how often they sell. So every time they get granted, it looks like they sell. And who are these people? Jones, Terrace, Exec Global. Okay, on tariff. Yeah, we're having an interesting tariff. But they're diverse retail. I know a lot of people that like it. They have plenty of stores, 614 in the United States. So I don't think we're going to have an issue. Now, there's some good news about this company that came out about the pay. So this is why I'm kind of looking into it.
Pay for most of its hourly American workers to more than $30 an hour, according to a memo sent to employees this week and obtained by media outlets. The memo reportedly states the company will increase hourly pay for its top-of-the-scale employees, which
according to a memo sent to employees. Over the next 3 years, some workers will see their wages rise to more than $30 an hour. Wages will go up by $1 each year for the next 3. Entry-level workers will get a 50-cent increase, bringing starting pay.
The evaluation is 2 out of 6. Earning is 4 out of 6. Growth is 3 out of 6. Performance is 0 out of 6. And then health is 3 out of 6. Well, the performance is going to be 0 out of 6 because it dropped. And right now, a lot of companies are dropping. Now, the analyst says buy, and I kind of agree with the analyst. It's not a strong buy like I need to buy it right away, but it is a buy in my opinion. Now, Costco, compared to everyone else, they're doing pretty good. They have a pretty good market share. And the one reason why I like Costco is because they incorporate the online really, really quick. Now, all the other stores are really slow about it, but Costco was one of the first people that went on the internet and started selling. And they're doing pretty good with the online sale. And they have a big box store, which, if you didn't know, their big box stores really, really help with small time businesses because they go over there and purchase it for a discounted price. Now, wholesale best. These are the news about it. It looks like it has a lot of good news about it. And Costco mainly deals, in my opinion, with food and big product items. So I think it's a good place to have. And the thing about Costco is a lot of people actually use Costco as a drop shipping. Or what I mean by dropship, they look at the items and they resell it. So it's a really big resale place for people to pick up Pokemon cards and other items like toys, cars, lights, and they find it over there. They buy a few for a very, very big discount, and then they sell it online on Amazon. And these are some of the videos that you see right there that people are going crazy for Pokemon cards, and they just do a very good job. So in my opinion, should I add this to my portfolio? Yes, I'm gonna add this to my portfolio just because I need something in this industry. And yes, it might not be the best one, but it looks like it's going to have a good growth this year, next year. So it might be a 20% growth possibility, but it's really risky because it doesn't look like it'll go negative, but it might only grow 5%. It might grow 10%. But according to the chart of the 1 year, it grew 24%. In the 3 years, it grew 61%. When with the recent drop, I think I'll be able to get 20% every year for the next couple years. So I looks like I'll be able to have a good growth. So this is why I'm buying this Costco stock. And now I'm just looking at the basic numbers and the news about it giving out $31 to the employees. It just helps the fact to reinforce it because I want to invest in companies that helps out the community, and paying $31 and they can afford it just makes them look better and makes them more appeasable to the people. So they will spend their money there, and guess what? I'll be able to capitalize on the return. So like and subscribe to my video, and that's all I got for you.